Hi everyone, it's your divine friend Jackie, and let me tell you, I've had I don't know if it's leveling up a physical vibration. All week I've been sick, and I've been fighting off a migraine all day, even with pain pills. It hasn't been working, so that's why I'm saying I don't know if this is some kind of big download that's happening or what for me personally. Um, I've seen in the collective a lot of, since the Lionsgate stuff, a lot of people have been feeling like stuff is just kicking into gear. But I feel guilty because I feel like I've been a terrible divine friend. I haven't been around, right? What kind of friend is that, right? And so I am here to just give support to the divine collective, okay? And I thought I would do a little read from the Native Spherical Oracle cards by Denise, Lynn. And I really, out of all of her decks, I mean, all of her decks are amazing, but out of all of them, I really like this. Like, this one for me really does it. But I'm all of her stuff is amazing. So she has a spread in her little booklet called the Four Directions spread. So I thought, well, let's do that. So for the collective, in this spread, each direction gives you information about a little aspect of your life based on the energy of the medicine wheel in the four directions. So the East card. This reveals what's beginning, what needs to begin, or what you need to explore. And the Trickster card came up, which literally this is my like, this means some bullshit's like some bullshit's about to happen. Like how can you be on alert? So the Trickster, what's the Trickster? The Trickster's like, well, they're definitely lessons, but they're life lessons wrapped up in a way where you're like, man, that was kind of harsh, but I've learned the lesson. So really, I guess that's the thing. It's like, so what do we need? The East card. This is for the East direction. What's beginning? Some bullshit's about to be. Some bullshit's about to begin. No, if you're not the one playing games, then just be on alert that things. This is such a classic. Not being able to call it like it's just like that it's tricky. It's just, you know, it's like your intuition. It's almost like your intuition's failing you. So this is like when you meet, you know, you talk, like in a romantic sense. Let's just put it this way, like a romantic example. This is like when you've met somebody and maybe you've just been like really like all your chakras are lit up and you're on alert and you're like, this could be the one. Like this is, wow, we've been spent time getting to know each other and this is you know, wow, and nothing happens. And you're like, well, but why would I feel all these feelings if it was for nothing? That's for you to figure out the inner work there, right? It's a tricky situation. It's a situation where it's just so hard to call because it's wrapped up in trickster energy. And then on the flip side, okay, here's a good example of kind of a trickster situation, but it's not bad, but it was interesting how it unfolded. One of my kids, he has a friend, and his mom called me before school started, and she was like, since the kids go to the same school, let's set up like a little, can we set up a little like carpool thing where like maybe you take my son a couple of days out of the week and then I'll take your son. And so so okay, this has a couple of lessons in this one little scenario. And I was like, sure. Now, here's the get-go. She approached me for help as far, or not she needed the help. She needed to find somebody that could be available for specific days out of the week. And I was like, yeah, it's no problem. Like, sure. And I have tried to be friends with this person, this mom, for a couple of years now, and I realized it's probably never going to happen. Like, she didn't need friends, you know what I mean? She didn't need any more. And so I was just like, sure, I'm happy to be, I'm sure, whatever, that's fine, totally fine. But in my mind, right away, I thought, well, I'm never going to ask her to take my son to school because I take my own kids to school. Like, I don't, and I think I have a real life path of like only child, no family support, everything, and I'm a divorced single mom. So, but I have no family support, and I was I have to figure out how to do what I need to get done. And so it was just, I don't ever approach people and be like, hey, can you do this? Just like, so I was kind of under the assumption that like, okay, these days are locked into Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Okay, sure, I'll take. And then
I'm Morgan and bringing you the Master Power.
Morgan. And then what happened was, thank you, Morgan. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.
So then what happened was, I love you. I will pull a unicorn card too. And I appreciate you. So trust me, just stick with me, and I'll get through the story, and then you'll see like what this is a good example of trickster energy. So on the surface, right, she's approached me, and I'm suddenly thinking like, well, I'm never gonna cash in these chips because I'm never going to ask her to take my son to school because I don't do that. I don't. I just take my own kids. But I'm fine to help someone else out. We're going in the same direction anyway. And then I realized after a couple weeks, it was like, it became clear to me that because she and her husband work full time, and even though they could take their kids to school, having an extra person come in to take their son for 2 days kind of alleviated the pressure on like her husband. Because imagine my surprise when I go to pick up the kid and like there's a parent there, and I'm like, in my mind I'm like, oh, and I actually asked him I was like, are you taking him to school? Because I thought Tuesdays and Wednesdays I was taking him, and he was like, oh, I just live here. And I was like, apparently me too. So it was like, oh, okay, sure. So and I, for like 2 weeks I was like, this happened, and I was just like, why am I picking up this? Because remember, I'm in single mom, no family, no help, got to do it by yourself mentality. So I was like, why would they ask for some help if they don't actually need the help? And then it was like I had a perspective switch, and it went into like they are a healthy married couple, and they love and support each other. And I think she was looking at ways to lift the pressure off of him, because they both work very long hours, like 10 to 12 hour days. And it's like she was looking to just lift the pressure off of him so that he wouldn't. So then I began to see with my intuitive eyes, I was like, oh, this is. And then I thought, okay, so maybe my lesson here is I'm seeing an example play out to me of what it looks like when two people care about each other and support each other. She went out of her way to find an extra person just to lift some of the work burden off of him, of having to come home from a 12-hour shift to immediately have to go pick up the kids and take, you know what I mean? And it's like, and I thought, well, that's not sweet of her. And then all of a sudden I thought, well, that's this whole lesson is showing me how when people support each other and lean on each other, they are able to ask for help Whereas I was really stuck in single mom, no family help mode. And it's like, why would I actually have been in this mode for so long. I was like, why would I ask for help if I could do it myself? For totally forgetting that sometimes we need to ask for help, not because we need it, but because it just would be nice to have a little bit of help. So that was the lesson wrapped up in this whole like her needing somebody to take her son to school for 2 days, which she actually doesn't need anyone to do that, but it's to help her husband out, which I'm like, oh, that's cute. And then there was more trickster energy to this. It's he so 3 days out of the week, the husband picks up the son, and we basically park next to each other at the park, even and he kind of, and so he and I have been getting to know each other. So here, all these last couple of years, I've been trying to be friends with her, when I'm beginning to see that he and I are maybe the ones who are supposed to be friends, or maybe I'm supposed to be friends with him first and then I'll become friends with her later. But it's like he and I are talking, and it's like we're just it's like, hey, like I literally feel like I've made a new friend. So on the outside of this packaging, it's like I thought I was supposed to be friends with her, but he's the one I'm becoming friends with. And she asked me for help on his behalf. Probably he doesn't even know that that's what she, like, you know what I mean? He just, like, I just like, somehow this whole situation unfolded all around me. And not that it's negative, but I was able to meditate on it and see, like, and I was shown the lesson of, Jackie, you need to snap out of the mindset that it's been such a habit of me to just be like, okay, I'll take care of it. I'll figure out a way to take care of it. And it doesn't even cross my mind that I should even be asking for help. So that's like that trickster energy. And in this east position, which is saying this is expanding, right? So that's my example of like how trickster energy came, and something small, it was something very small. Hey, can you take the kid to the school for 2 days out of the week? Yeah, sure, I can do that. It's not a big deal. And somehow that turned into like, it unfolded into me becoming friends with her husband. Well, we're not friends, but I was like, I know I've talked to him more now than I've talked to her in the last like 3 years. And and he and I get along. Well, I think we get along. We probably both get along well with just people in general. But it's like, that's kind of a good example of trickster energy. So some trickster energy is happening for you. It's going to be something that starts off small. It's going to, and it's going to suddenly just kind of like unfold right in front of you. You need to meditate on it, because at first, when I first started picking the kid up for school and bringing him back, and I didn't understand why am I here if your husband can do this? That was my first thought. And the old Jackie would have gone straight to like, are these people trying to take advantage of me? No, that's not the case. So it's like, this is definitely, don't jump to conclusions. Give people the benefit of the doubt. Let the lesson unfold. It's like sometimes you think you're supposed to be friends with this one, and it's actually this one over here. You think you're supposed to be friends with Hansel, and it's actually Gretel you're supposed to be friends with. You know what I mean? Like, so that trickster energy is unfolding. All right, that's in the air. Wow, that was okay. South card reveals what is a no. Wait a minute. This reveals what you should be like paying attention to help it grow. And we got nature spirits. And right away, this is like the magic of nature, right? This is Mother Nature. This is the power of the elements. This is fairies and tree consciousness and flower energy and working with the elements, working with the elementals, working with the elements in a way that is very like sacred ritual healing, like sea salt bath, or for cleansing the aura, or smudging or saging to clear the negative energy out of the air, fire ceremony, burning away, transmuting away, negative energy blocks, things like that, things that we want to let go of and surrender, burning it, like with the earth, helping to ground our energy, right? So why should we be paying attention to nature spirits and our connection to nature and Mother Earth? Because a lot of stuff's popping off in the world right now, weather-wise and like global village-wise. And I know that there are quite a few light workers out there that have a natural understanding, gift, and talent for working with the elements. If you're an ascension light worker, ascension light worker meaning, working with the violet flame. Diana Cooper talks about working with like archangels, dragons, even like ascended masters, Buddhas, all of those celestial beings, basically, that you call upon them to bring healing to the planet. So if you're a Reiki healer, this would be like putting your Reiki into the earth so that and giving the planet a Reiki healing, a Reiki treatment. Do you know what I mean? So that's something that we should be paying attention to. We should be putting our, because the South card is about bringing your attention to something, helping it to grow, like bringing something into focus. So we should be right now focusing on including nature in our healing journey. The easiest way I can say this is like, if you are a Reiki practitioner or Reiki master, put Reiki into the earth every day. If you're a prayerful person, say prayers on behalf of the planet. If you're, someone that's into chanting, there are chants out there that can help bring peace. I had some tea today, and on the little tag, it had a quote, or had some kind of like a little statement, and it said something about our life purpose is to create peace. And I thought, yeah, most people think their life purpose is to create a career or a job. Seriously though, and then I thought, how different would everything be if we thought if life purpose equaled the quality that you bring to the table? Like, what's your life purpose, Jackie? My life purpose is Reiki healing, or my life purpose is laughter, or my life purpose is beauty, artistic beauty, just taking anything and making it more beautiful, drawing the beauty out of someone and drawing the beauty out of something. It's like, what is my life purpose? Instead of saying like my life purpose is this, title, and it makes this much money, being like, my life purpose is I came here to be a beacon of light. I came here to be wisdom. I came here to be enlightened. I came here to bring enlightenment. I came here to be peace. How would that shift everything if just from now on, when you thought about your life purpose, you just thought about it from that way? Like, my life purpose is to bring peace. My life purpose is to bring joy. My life purpose is to bring catalytic energy activation. My life purpose is to bring the truth, right? So So that's something that we need to be paying more attention to, using our light worker energies to heal the planet. West card. This reveals what you're harvesting or gathering, but it also can represent what you need to release. So, offerings, and it has Stonehenge. So, we should be gathering offerings is like giving. So I'm going to say we should be giving without putting condition on the receiving. And the best way I can explain that is, like, I believe my prosperity consciousness leads me to believe in what I call divine income. That means any act of kindness or act of service, or, you know, that I do, I don't put a price tag on it. I just do it, and I know that I will be divinely compensated in the right time. So just go ahead, and if you feel inclined to offer something, if you feel inclined to share, if you feel inclined to pay for the person behind you in the drive-thru, if you feel like doing something nice and that is wholesome and nice, and just, wow, what a nice thing to do, what a nice human being you are. If you feel called to do little things like that, then go ahead and do them, and know that those little acts of loving kindness are like offerings of love to the universe. You know, I think was it Jesus that said, like, love each other the way I love you. Like that's the best way you can. It's like, why does that suddenly come to my mind too? But yeah, it's like how we love each other. I don't know if we realize it, but how we choose to love each other could maybe be seen as like a love offering to source. It's like, you know, if you have something, if you've made something or created something, if you have kids, or if you created something and someone treats it very lovingly and respectfully, it shows a lot of respect to the person, to the creator, doesn't it? If you love and respect someone's children and their family, doesn't that show a lot of respect to that person? Maybe every time that we love each other and we're kind to each other, and we choose to forgive each other, and we choose to stop being petty, and we choose to just drop the grudges and the personal attacks, and we choose to just, let's draw a blank slate, let's try again. Every time we choose to be, you know, the higher path, the higher road, if you will, maybe that's a offering of love to source, because aren't we all source's creation, right? So think about that. Like, just if you feel called to do it, just go ahead and do it. Know that you'll be divinely compensated in the right time. And the last one is the North card, and this is what you need to nurture, and it also might be what you need to repair or heal. And we have Spirit Keeper of the South, but this is a North card. Spirit Keeper of this is about, South is about expansion and growing. It's about manifestation. So if this is in our North card, or our North position, sorry, this is what you need to nurture. Nurture your manifestations. Nurture your manifestations. Nurture your growth. And be open to receiving the fruits of your labor. And I'm getting the words, you get what you give, which really ties into that offerings card. You get what you give. So I think on this end, it's saying, don't get it twisted. This is not all about you're just giving and no receiving. Don't be like how I was in the trickster energy, where I've automatically was like, sure, I'll take your kid to the school on the days that you need. But on the inside, I was like, well, I'm never going to need you to take my kids to school because I always have that covered. Like, I recognized after meditating on it, she wasn't trying to set up a situation where she was taking from me. She was trying to set up something fair, which was, if you take my kid for, 2 or 3 days, I'll take your kid for 2 or 3 days. Like, we'll swap. I'm the one that didn't accept I could call her now and be like, hey, you think you could take my son on Thursday and Friday? And they'd be like, yes. See, so it's me. I'm the one that's like having the hard time saying, okay, let's do that. Like, it's hard for me to do that because I've just been in a mode where it's been so long since I've asked someone for help, and that's because back in the years when I really needed help, there was no one there. So I just had to just make do with myself and do what I could do. And it's like, when you just get into that groove, you just, eventually you stop looking around for help and you just get it done. And I'm not saying that they can't get it done. Again, it turned out though that she needed a little extra help to kind of help out her husband. So I was watching that beautiful, this is what it is to give support. I was watching it play out through their relationship, and it was giving me a little lesson on, like, hey, Jackie, don't get so independent that you forget how to lean on someone, not because you need to, but because there's someone there to lean on, and it's okay to lean sometimes. So I think with the spirit keeper of the south, it's saying, go ahead and do your give what you feel like giving in the moment, what you're guided to give, but get don't get locked into the mindset of, it's just me having to be the giver, and I just don't ever have to, I'm not even going to pay attention to what comes back my way, because it comes back how it needs to come back anyway. And no, you can still have what you, if you know what it is that you need, that you want, tell the universe that you want that. Tell yourself that you want that. Nurture your ability to receive what it is that you want to manifest. Nurture your ability to receive. Because a lot of us, we have a hard time just receiving. So we have to learn how to receive in baby steps. You know what I mean? So that's our little native spirit oracle card reading. I like that a lot. I'm sorry. Look. The storyteller card is staring up at me. I'll tell you what, I love to talk stories, so that's probably why my readings go so long as they do. But I hope that this helped. Just know that there's a lesson with that trickster energy. There's a lesson that is getting ready to unfold, or it's possibly already unfolding in your life. Don't be too quick to judge it. Let it unfold. Meditate on what it can mean and let it unfold. And then once you see the true lesson, then you'll understand why Source had to package it the way that they did, that you did. Your divine Source self had to package it that way. And it's not there to trick you, but it is a tricky little, thing. So don't get caught up on the surface. Don't doubt your intuition just because with the trickster energy, that can really make us doubt our intuition, because we'll be caught up on how could I have been wrong? No, that's, you're focusing on the wrong thing. It's, what is this supposed to be showing me? And it had to package itself up in a tricky situation to catch my attention. Source packaged it this way for a reason, and I need to see the lesson now. So, and then don't forget to do your healing energy to the planet, helping with the weather, helping, and you can send. Sometimes I'll send, like, I'll ask for an angel of love to hug every single tree on the planet. Like if I'm doing something prayerful, or I'll ask for, and I ask for like that because it's like, you can ask for an angel to hug every single person on the planet, but not everybody of their free will would even want that. So then it's like, but I'm pretty sure every tree would allow that. So, so, or I'll say something like, angels of divine abundance, like, give everybody a free beverage today, you know, that kind of a thing. So, yeah, and then that was a nice little reading. I like that. All right, I'm gonna go now. I hope that you like this, and I'm sorry I've been a bad divine friend. It's just, I know what I want to do here. It's just a matter of getting past the interference to be here. And I'm not trying to make any excuses, but I do want to be able to, I want to be a better, like, I want to be a better friend. I want to show up more. I don't want to get so caught up in my life that 2 weeks goes by and I don't even realize it's been 2 weeks since I've come back, since I posted. So, all right. I'll talk to you later. I hope you all are having a nice day, a lovely time, whatever you're doing. And don't be too hard on yourself. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.